I'm going to start off the evening by tipping my hat to the folks that do spend their year putting this all together, laying it out. Is it perfect? No. No festival is. Has it been around 55 years? Yeah. So they must have something going for it. I've been very pleased to be involved in the last few years. We want to talk about that a little bit tonight.
No, he doesn't, does he?
An emotional night, we'll see. A lot of things have happened since last year. But the cool thing is you came back. Let me hear from all of you that have been here at Grandfather before and are part of the family. Now, I'll take it real easy on the new folks. Raise your hands for the first time here at the games. Come back next year, you're part of the family. You may be a distant cousin, but you're still part of the family. For those of you that are along the front row, how many of you have been here before? You know what happens down here. My suggestion is that second level is probably where you want to be. That's why the sound guys are up there. We just had the day shift leave and the night shift come in, but what was interesting is the day shift didn't leave till this was ready. When you're down here, we got cables, we got guys with very expensive equipment.
Into the light.
And so if you want to get real rowdy, make sure you got your checkbook with you.
It could be more ridiculous.
All right.
If you're trying to get out.
For all you veterans, we've brought back pretty much a mixture of some folks who have been here in the past. But even those that have been here before are sounding better than ever, so I think you're really going to enjoy it. For everybody else, chill, do your thing. We're going to have merchandise over here from all the groups tonight. Under these tents, easy to find on your way in, way out. That's how they get paid this weekend. Somehow, some way.
Right here. What?
People hear that this place is so cool that musicians want to come and play for no fee.
Yeah.
Having been one myself, I still don't quite understand it. Hey, the magic that's made. The thing about this attraction is you don't really have to plug anything in. It's got nature. It's the one and only privately owned up until recently, with the deal with North Carolina, to be a biosphere. There are only 7 of those in the world.
What?
You're sitting on something pretty cool. Help us take care of it. Help us take care of each other. All right, that's the sermon for the evening. Thank you very much. Everybody chill, enjoy, have a good time. We're going to start off here in just a few moments once we get our sound check completed. We're going to do some very cool things. We're going to throw something at you this year that you've never seen before. I don't care how long you've been here. All right? So take care of each other. We've got concessions open here. We've got the folks down here in Grove 2. Those guys from Linville, they've been cooking it up all day. We've got these folks up here from Crossnore. They're cooking it up. We've got folks out there to give you what you need. You give us what we need, and that's a lot of energy. So thanks for being here. Sorry to the folks on the front row. I really am, because I've been there. And we've got these down here.
I want the guys out of my head.
Excuse me? You
come on down. Oh, we're good,
Oh, whoa, people are really talking to you.
What are they saying?
Oh, they're heckling him.
What's going on here?
What I'm going to ask is that those that are planning on dancing later this evening to try to be as respectful as you can to those folks out here. We're trying to feel a nice middle ground.
This is still going.
We've got them on the sides. We'll have them in the front. We'll have them on the sides. We'll have them in the front. My apologies for not passing on that information. That was my bad. And if you want to come discuss it with me later, no problem. And input's good. If you don't like it, if you do like it, do me a favor. Drop us an email. Really. That's how changes happen. That's how improvements are made. Your input. You pay the tickets. You should get the service, right? Now, here's a question.
No, here's a question.
Is it possible to make any room up here on this road? If we scoot in a little bit, folks, and we make a little bit of room for anybody down here in the front that wants to get up above head level. Up here on these, if we can squeeze in some chairs, is it tight? Yes. How many were in the Grove 2 last year on Saturday night? Once again, hardcore. We had, my estimate is we had
I
close
can't
to
even handle this
3,000 people
anymore.
squeezed into that thing. And we had them sitting down for just about the majority of the evening. How many people enjoyed it? Thanks. Appreciate it. We'll never do it again.
They're waiting for
Some
them to
things
get
work,
on the stage.
some things don't. That didn't.
What is this guy? We found the only alcoholic around here. Sure.
All right. Like I said, something special this weekend. We're going to start off this evening, and I want everybody to look at the clock. Somebody tell me what time it is.
Time for you to get...
My fault. We're starting 5 minutes late. Guess what? You're not going to care. See these young ladies up here? I had the absolute privilege of working with them several years ago when they were 5, 6, 7. In this mix, ladies and gentlemen, you have some well-versed, well-trained musicians. You have one that has been a national Scottish fiddle champion, junior division. Ladies and gentlemen, from right here in our own backyard, battle out near Grandfather Mountain, the Forget Me Not! But I asked where you were from because this next group has a really interesting heritage. This part of the U.S., the Appalachians, were settled very heavily by Scots and Ulster Scots, which we call Scots-Irish. And even though we moved in, you know, like we owned the place, there was a lot of folks that got together and supported each other and helped each other out and made it through. Because, believe me, even with modern conveniences, it can be still pretty tough to live up here sometimes. This past winter, perfect example. Like I said, the trees. This comes from Scots and Scots-Irish and the Native Americans getting together. And what they called that union and the children from that union is the Blessed Blend. And they'll talk in a minute about how that ties in. But what you're going to get tonight is something like we've never done at Grandfather. So, if you've suffered through all the other times where it's been tough and we were crammed in the grove, this is going to pay you back for all of you that's been here before. For those of you that have never been, you're going to go, wasn't expecting that. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blessed Blend. Then I messed up the schedule. From there to there to there to there. It's simple. It really isn't that difficult. It's really the same thing when you face it from the back. It's from there to there to there to there. What did I do? I did from there to there to there. So that's why they're there. But while I was talking to you, you didn't even notice that my crew was right on stage. And now has all that gear delivered back where it belongs.
I met your dog.
Okay, just double checking with the guys. We're still working. I've got to talk more. Sorry. But anyway, I was getting ready to tell you, it's one of those behind-the-scenes things. You know, you may see a shirt fly by, you may see something on the back side for security, or whatever it says on the back, or even on the front. I've been very pleased that over the years of my association here at Grandfather has allowed me to start something called Celtic Forces Enterprises. So this evening, in conjunction with the Grandfather Games, Celtic Forces Enterprises presents to you the jam.
He was the guy.
Well, that's cool, and the only reason I say that is because I'm hoping we've already given you your money's worth this evening.
I want my money.
Do you want to see more? Yeah.
You need to pay me, brother.
Buster knows you want to see more.
You walk.
Okay? And that's what we're working on.
I want to hear the band. No,
He just...
And one of the other things...
Why is no one else laughing at this?
Technology doesn't always work.
outwardly.
But at least
Wow.
it's not wet like last night. Hey, last year...
He screwed it up.
But you don't have to crawl out from the stage, or the dust that settles on you as thousands of people tramp by you.
What?
They love it. We love having them here. And as long as you come and support them, and you support what they do by appreciating their music, we're going to continue to bring you more and more quality music. And then more and more of those quality musicians are going to want to come here and play at Grandfather Mountain. All right? That's one thing. So, give a hands up, be nice to the merchandise people, and walk away with a lot. Like I say, sometimes it's only a few months till Christmas. Do your shopping now.
Dude.